Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yes, you see my wrestler sitting on the bench. Why is the wrestler sitting on the bench? Well, because today is Wednesday, March 13th, and on March 24th, essentially 11 days from now, this thing will be in Huntington Beach, on the beach doing the drags. So I basically have, well, I'll explain it. So we basically have 11 days, but tomorrow will be 10 days since it's nighttime right now. So we've taken the Traxxas stickers off. If I get a chance, as you can see, I've got some green on there. There's no green on the body. I want to put a little green there. That's an easy little thing. Just get some vinyl, put some of that on. Let's take a look at what we've done inside. So, along with our purchase of this and a couple of the others, a couple other cars that we've gotten, and I haven't had a chance to do that video because we're running so quickly here. Basically a basic Traxxas wrestler. So in some of these things that I bought off of Facebook, there was a brushless motor, 3300 kV motor from Reedy. We have this Losi XP digital ESC. That's for brushless. So we had that. It did not have a battery tray, so I've had to basically take, this is a piece of Velcro. I use Velcro so I can actually say it's Velcro, but hook and lock, or lock and hook, lock and hoop, hook and loop. Woo woo! See, I'm rushing around. This has been driving me kind of crazy. So basically, I could not get in time a battery tray, and kind of glad I didn't, because it forced me to do this. So I can either take the pin off and pull it off this way, or I'm going to leave the pin on, is the way to do it. Get that pin back in, and Velcro on the side here. So originally this came with these Z battery 5200 milliamp 80C, really good batteries, gets a lot of punch, so this thing does take off really fast, which is nice. But everybody out at Huntington Beach runs 3S, so I don't want to be at a disadvantage running 2S. So earlier today I had to run on Amazon and order a couple of 3S batteries, 3-cell batteries, so that I'm on par with everybody else. Along with that, things that I have purchased, I went ahead and got the RPM arms to replace the stock Traxxas ones. Didn't really need to do it, but I think that they're a little stronger, so I didn't want to wait till I had to test this and one of those broke. I just went ahead and replaced them. If for some reason these break, which I don't think they will, I've got the standard arms to replace them. So things that I have done to this, we've added, you see here, a lot of lead weight. Each one of these is a ½ ounce of weight. So I've done so 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, 4 ounce, 5 ounce, 6 ounce, 7 ounce, so 8 ounces of weight up front to keep that front end down. We went ahead and got the Traxxas paddle wheels. So I'm not sure how they work. We have not tested this yet. We're keeping the standard wrestler wheels for now in the front. One of the things I did not get to do, and it's mostly budget and time, we're running on the original bushings. Obviously, putting bearings in would make it run a lot smoother and faster, but time is the big key here, time and money to put into this. So I've set a budget. The If you're not familiar with how much batteries cost for cars, I did as budget friendly as I could for what's going on. Instead of buying one, say, 5200 milliamp battery to run, I opted to get two. I believe they're 2200 milliamp hour batteries. But with it instead, one of the things, while these 2-cell are 80C, the ones I got are 120C discharge, which is a lot more. So hopefully it doesn't fry anything. We're just going with it. We're going to see what happens. Obviously, if we fry stuff, we're not going to make it there to run, but we will go there to film because, what an event. It's amazing. This is all sponsored, by the way. This whole event has been sponsored and is sponsored by RC Visions, which is my local hobby store. I absolutely love the crew down there. All the guys and girls, they are super smart, very informative. They know their stuff there, that's for sure. So I did get some help and hints from some of the crew down there. They run it. The gentleman I talked to competes every year. He's got an incredible car. He's been sharing information with me, helping me. I can't thank him enough for being willing to help this first timer out. Obviously I don't have $1,500 to throw into this. I'm trying to do this on a complete budget. I'm trying to do it as cheap as I can. In the lot of cars that I got, one of them was an XTM stadium truck. And if you know anything about XTMs, when they came out, they were the big competition for the Rustler. And in my opinion, when they came out, they outperformed the Rustler. They were really nice cars, great and everything else. The only downfall to them was their turnbuckles. And their turnbuckles broke left and right all the time. And so that was what people were replacing. So unfortunately, in the XTM that I have, one of the turnbuckles, the steering turnbuckle, is broken. And yes, I can get a replacement. I can get two of them for $6, and it'll cost me $7 in shipping. So it's just not efficient as far as I'm concerned, trying to get the parts and everything else. I would much rather pass the car on to somebody that needs the parts so they can keep one of their cars running, or thinks this is in better shape and use their car for parts for this car. So currently that's up on Facebook Marketplace, being sold hopefully soon, to try to recoup some of the money that I've had to put into this. So one of the things I've got is a piece of foam. It's just packing foam, came in a package, really great stuff. I've cut it down from the sheet that it was to a size that will fit into the battery tray. I'm going to have to trim it, but basically instead of getting a battery this size, I got a short pack, so it's going to be shorter than this, which is great because I can put the foam in here and push that battery forward and have more weight forward, which is what you need in these sand drag cars because they have a tendency to wheelie, right? So that's why I've got, what would we say, 9 ounces, 8 or 9 ounces in the front here to try to keep that front end down. That's part of what you have to do in these. I've even seen them do it in the no prep drag cars, where you put a little bit more weight there to keep that front end down. Other than that, That's pretty much where we're going. I got to do testing, and I will film the testing just to see what's going on. I'm assuming now I have a whole bunch more weight that I bought. I got some Harbor Freight. If you want to get it, comes with the adhesive on it, which is great. It's basically tire balancing weights. So I can stack more on there if I need to. The other thing that people do is they put a large piece in the back here of aluminum or steel to basically be a wheelie bar in the sand, and it drags it. So I don't know if that's gonna. I'm hoping that I can put enough weight in the front to not need one in the back. That'll keep the weight in the back down. But if I need one, luckily I have a buddy who's willing to help fabricate one to make it work and have a wheelie bar if we need one. But like I said, I'm hoping the weights up in the front will be enough, won't slow us down too much. I'm hoping I've got too much on right now and I'll be taking some of these off. But we won't know till we run it. And we won't be able to run it. I could run it on the 2S right now, but that's really not testing, is it? Considering that this is going to have a 3S battery in it. So, like I said, I ordered the batteries today, had it next day shipped. So I paid the extra money to have it next day shipped to me, so I can get those charged tomorrow. And depending on when they come, I might have enough time to run down to the beach to give it a couple of runs and see what happens. If not, then it will be on the 15th that I'll be able to do that and test it. And from here on out, it's test, see what the problem is, see if we broke something. So I need to leave some money in the budget for if things broke. I wanted to change these plastic pieces in the front here with metal turnbuckles because they can have a tendency to break. But again, I don't know if I'm going fast enough to have to worry about that. If I do, then I'll have to go back onto Amazon, order them, and have them shipped next day or as quickly as I can get them to have them replaced so that I can continue testing, right? The other thing I might end up having to do is just buying a bunch of these, even though it's not really what I want to do, but we'll see, right? So we're testing. Hopefully these aren't exactly sticking down really well, but you got to keep pushing them. Testing, trying something, changing something. Testing, change something. Figure out what we need. Luckily, I have somebody who's willing to give me a hand and help, who has done this, and so basically his suggestion to me was put it together with what you got, test it, see what's going on. If you can't figure it out and it's not changing enough, come talk to him. So I will be going and talking to him at some point, even after I've done testing, just to get an expert's opinion on where the next step should be to try to get this going. Now, I'm not expecting to win. I mean, we're all competitive. That's why you would even go to something like Sand Drags. But I'm not so competitive that I have to win, right? For me, a lot of the fun in this is putting something together, trying it, seeing what it does, and just keep trying from there, right? I've learned through racing in the past, I don't have to be first. It's about the community. It's about going out, having fun, and That's it. You know, put a little bit of money in where you want. Have something and just have fun. You know, if you want to change things up, then take what you got. This is my opinion, of course. Not everybody has to do it this way. You can do it your own way. But, sell this if I get bored with it to do the next thing. Or, even with this, I could decide to go modified with it would be the next thing, right? Which would mean taking some weight off and cutting this frame in half, stretching it so that now it becomes a little longer, so the weight in the front doesn't have to be as much to keep it down, and then I'm in the modified class. So maybe that is the next step after I'm bored with this, right? But this is it. This is where we're currently at. Oh, one of the things I did do is, let me grab it. So the things that we changed, the A-arms front and rear, the wheels, batteries, we added weight, but we also have, when I bought this I didn't get them, but the Traxxas clips for the springs, and then I took diff fluid. So this is the diff fluid that I got. It's 4,000 CST of diff fluid. So basically what that does is it thickens the fluid around the gears and makes them slip less one side to the other. So it's essentially a liquid locker, as it were, to lock up your diff so that the wheels maintain a straighter course. Now, I started with the 4K, the 4,000 as it were. If I find I need more through trials and everything else, I can always take the diff back out, take the 4,000 out, and put something thicker. And you can always go up, you can always change it. But this was the suggestion, was start with 4K, see how it goes, see what you like. On the suggestion of somebody who knows what they're doing, you want to make sure that your rig is tuned in before you start doing things like getting a locked differential, right? So until then, he suggested I just put in a thicker fluid and go with that and not worry about trying to be so competitive that I have to have a locked differential, especially because I've never even driven an RC car on the sand before, so this is new to me. I'm very excited about it to see where this adventure takes me. So we're going to keep this short because we're going to have some run videos to try to keep it going. I'm not sure if this is going to just be a one-shot video. Here it is. Here's the test runs. Here's what I've done, and then here we are at the races. Although I want to do a bigger video on the races, especially if a friend of mine comes down. He can help video when I'm driving, and we can get some run footage that way. But yeah, so now I'm thinking about it. It'll probably be at least a two-parter. It might be a three-parter. We'll see how it all goes, and I'll try to keep everybody attuned to what's happening. All right, so stay tuned. The next thing that we'll get to from here is some test video. That's once the batteries come in, once I've got it charged, everything else. We're going to take this out and we'll see what's going on. There has been talk of the Radio Links and the Traxxas remotes having troubles out on the beach site, and I might have to do the software update on the remote to see if that goes. So my first test run to make sure I don't have to address that or go buy another remote and receiver to be able to run and have fun will be that we go probably out to the location out in Huntington Beach and do our test runs out there, making sure that everything's running including the remote and everything, that we're not having any problems. So if we do have problems out there, I'll have to come hopefully do the update if it hasn't been done, and deal with that. So anyways, we'll get to the run video and the testing real soon. See you then.
Okay, go. Went all the way. Go. Wow. Okay, I'm on.
So I'm really impressed. I don't have to put too much more. I don't have to put any nose weight on it.
Good.
Which is great. It's driving fine.
I'm just 4.